Hello and good evening, ladies and gents. Tonight we're going to be talking about the 7 reasons the right man chooses to date younger women. There's this concept of men want to control women. They don't want to date their age. We're going to debunk all those myths tonight. So let's talk about the right man. I say the right man because there's a lot of men out there that are not the right men, that have baggage, that have issues. But tonight we're not going to cover those men. We're going to cover the right man that has all the criteria, all the things that you're looking for. This is what that man possesses. And this is why he chooses to date younger. Now, fitness ties into youth. When you're younger, you tend to be more fit, more agile, more free. You can actually go and eat a whole cheeseburger and not have to worry about gaining weight overnight, right? Whereas when you're older, you tend to be more health conscious. You tend to watch your weight more. And in some cases, depending on your job, depending on the studies that you're doing, depending on the lifestyle that you're living, it gets very hard as your metabolism slows down when you're older to actually maintain that weight. That's the first criteria, because men are visual. So we want to make sure that woman that we're looking at is pleasing to the eye and someone we are attracted to, because men are attracted to what they see, which is why you see all these ladies, these Instagram models, swimsuit babes, you see all them getting their pictures liked. Those are some of the reasons why men choose to date younger, right? Next thing is being cooperative. Younger women tend to be more cooperative and less combative. I'm not saying older women aren't. I'm just letting you know exactly why they choose to date younger. They tend to want a man for his masculinity. They appreciate a man being masculine. They appreciate a man taking them out, treating them to actual gifts, meals, being nice to them. They love being around a man. They respect a man for who he is. They're not trying to challenge a man. They know their role as a woman coincide with the role of a man is feminine versus masculine, and they don't try to do a tug of war effect with it. So the respect level is there, and that is another reason men are there. Men love to be admired by women in general, and younger women tend to admire men more for their masculinity, and younger women tend to be more, let's go into our next one, feminine. They're in tune with their femininity. They are more softer spoken. They're more emotionally in tune with their feelings, and they come with, I like to call it, they come from a place of goodwill. Their spirit is good nature. They're more nurturing. They tend to be more kind and apologetic. They're not going to just immediately go off on you because they feel a certain way. They feel as if because the last 3 relationships they've been in, they've been treated in such a way where they don't feel the need to be nice to a man anymore. Next thing we're going to get into is they're childless. Not that these men will not date women who have children, but if a man has made it to the top 10%, 5%, or 1% of earners, the chances of them wanting a legacy of their own is extremely high. They're not going out there looking for women with several kids to actually date that woman with the intention of marriage and to father those kids. They want to create their own legacy. Not saying that those women or single moms cannot find a guy of that caliber. I'm just saying those guys choose to date women who do not have kids because they want to create a legacy in line of their own. Next thing we have is flexibility. These women are flexible. They're not set in their ways. They're not setting a certain career. They're not saying I have a specific lifestyle that I have to live. Their expectations tend to be more realistic and down to earth. They're not saying, oh, I want to be in trips to Maui and Bora Bora every other week. My man needs to make such amount of money where it's almost impossible to get his attention. I need to make sure that I have first class tickets wherever I'm going. The superficialness is not there on that level, which is why they tend to date younger. Now let's go deeper into the superficial. Let's say it's realistic. The woman has earned her money. She has worked hard. She's had to have the opportunity to battle in the arena with the best of them. She's a corporate executive. She's moving up. She has her master's or PhD. She's done everything she had to do. She's in an arena of men each and every day. At one point, she has to tap into her masculinity. After several years tapping into your masculinity, it's extremely hard for you to come back and turn that masculine trait off and say, hey, I'm going to focus on simply just being in my femininity. It's extremely hard. If you're battling lawyers all day, doctors all day in the medical practice, you're in the real estate field all day, battling a bunch of males, or even if you're in the adult entertainment industry, or even in the Hollywood industry, for example, battling males all day, you tend to lose touch with your femininity. You like your bed a certain way, you like your house a certain way, you like to live in a certain place. You tend to be more grained. You're not as flexible in terms of what that man is looking for to say, hey, babe, let's move to another state. Let's move in with me. Let's go ahead and go over here. Following direction doesn't come as easily to you because you've always been in a position of giving set direction. So that's another reason, the flexibility component. The other one is the womb. Men tend to date younger, not just successful men, men across the board, because the chances of having multiple children to grow that legacy is diminished the older you get. 35 is at-risk pregnancy, 42 starts geriatric and up. So the high-risk pregnancy starts between 35 and 42, which is very problematic for a lot of men. So they tend to date younger, so they have a better chance of having multiple children if they're trying to grow a family. The higher up the food chain you go in terms of men of these top 10%, 5%, 1% caliber, the younger they tend to go because they want to start that family. Now, if they get a divorce, they've already built their legacy. That's a whole nother conundrum, right? But we're not going to get into that. Now, final reason, natural. When a woman is younger, she tends to be at her most natural state. She doesn't have the overly done cosmetics. We're talking about the body jobs, the boob jobs, the BBLs. We're talking about the extended weaves, makeup. She's wearing her real hair. She's appreciated for her natural looks, her natural beauty. Those are some of the traits that men are looking for. So again, from the top, fit, cooperative, feminine, childless, flexible, her womb, and her naturalness. Now, those are the things they're looking for. At not one point in time did I say any of those things were unrealistic or unachievable. Those are all things the average woman can work on if they're trying to get a man of caliber, the right man. We're not talking about the guys who are degrading you. We're not talking about the guys who are combative, the ones who are controlling, the ones who are verbally abusive or physically abusive. We're talking about the right guy. So when we say the right guy, this is what the right guy looks for when he chooses to date younger. I hope this helps you all. And please feel to like, comment, subscribe, XYZ. Thank you again for watching another Just the Facts of Dre. Appreciate you.